Hey campfire friends, when you go camping, sometimes when you get there you're all excited, you set up your camp and the evening starts to come in, evening starts to get a little bit cooler and you're thinking, man, it'd be great to have a fire. And then you look up and then all of a sudden you see a sign and it says fire restrictions or fire banned or no open fires. Well, I might have a solution for that that not only allows you to stay warm outside and have a fire, but you can also cook on it. So stay tuned. Okay, so what we've got here is a Vevor wood stove. If you can see that right there, Vevor wood stove. And what these are is they're hot tent stoves. So I just got this. It says it weighs 25 pounds. It's I think it's a Vevor 86 if I remember rightly. Oh, just so that you know, I bought this myself. No one's sponsoring me. They didn't send it to me or any of that stuff. I just wanted an alternate way to get heat and warmth during the wintertime without having an open fire or a fire pit or anything like that. So let's have a look at this thing, see what we got. Okay, yeah, looks like we got some packaging, as you might expect, to stop things from rattling around. And so let's try to pull this thing out of here. I don't know, what if I grab it like that? There we go. Okay. Oh, this said it weighs about 25 pounds supposedly. There we go. And got a stainless steel model. It's a pretty good packaging there. Help protect it. There we go. Like so. There we go. And it looks like that they include a cover and some gloves. I don't know how good they'd be. I feel fairly thin, to be honest with you, but I suppose if you're maybe opening the door and it's hot and putting some logs in. So there you go, there's that. And then let's have a look here now. Comes out here, a tray right there. This looks like the piece for the top, like so, and that goes down inside of there, like so, and I guess it twists to lock. Like I said, these are hot tent stoves. You might have seen them, hunters use them. They put up a tent and then they put these in the tent to cook and to keep it warm. Just figured it would be kind of a fun thing for camping, and we could have a nice little warmth, as well as maybe put a kettle up there and have it work out pretty nicely. This looks like it's yeah, we got some things right here. Looks like some more stainless steel quality. There's some cheaper ones than this, but I'll explain why I went with this one. I guess this is the piece that allows you to maybe twist that off and pick it up while it's hot, and then put some more logs in the top if you want to. So yeah, so that's kind of handy. So I don't know, how that'll all work out. This is a tray. You put it in the bottom here, and then you can collect the ashes, pull it out like so, and ditch the ashes. Yeah, I figured that would be good. I didn't want to have to keep scooping it out inside. So here we got some little wrench and some stuff. Looks like I got some handles and some things to put on. I don't know what that is, so we'll see here in a minute. And in here, okay, so we got some got some pipe clamps here, and these are actually special pipe clamps. Look, they got a little thing in here for you to turn because they're reusable. And the reason they're reusable is the reason I got this kind of a stove is this right here. These are chimney sections right here. This is a chimney. And so this is going to allow me to go ahead and put up a chimney, which is going to be kind of nice, I think, because what we can do is we can set it up and then put that chimney up in the air, and then when we're sitting down, we don't have to have the smoke blowing in our eyes. And the way these are built, as you can see, they're kind of a sheet metal thing, and just goes together like that. And so the way they're built, we could just put 2 or 3 of these, just enough to get above our heads, and the smoke can blow away, and we could just enjoy the heat. Now all this stuff, as you see me unpacking, all of it goes back inside of here. Then we should be able to put it inside of this bag. This little bag here that they sent us. It's got some straps and some handles here. By the looks of it, yeah, there we go. But we should be able to put it inside this bag and be able to simply then store it in our camper bin. So it's useful to keep it all together. But that's how this gets stored. You put these back inside. I'm possibly gonna go ahead and keep this bubble wrap and wrap it up in it once it cools down and put it together. But as you can see, I've got quite a few of these. I think they're about a foot in length. So that's like, okay. Oh, you might have noticed this one right here. This one here has this little deal right here, and that's because it's a damper. I don't know if you can see that in there. See, a little damper. You can bring it down, bring it up, slow the burning. Or in the morning when you're starting it up, you can open her up and get her going, get some air drawing in. So that's just a little damper. So as you can see, it's not going to cut it off completely. It's got probably a good 1/4 inch gap, but then that keeps that flame going, but not roaring. So I don't know. We'll see how it all works. I went on to some other YouTube channels and had a look at some other ones like this, and people were happy with them. The reason I went with the Vevor one, and I'll explain that a little bit later when we get into this box, but there was a reason I went with this particular one. So here we got I think this is where those nuts and bolts and screws come in. We'll end up bolting that on there like that with these screws that we had in that packet. So that should be good. We should be able to do around and get that attached at some point here. And here we go. Get some more tubes. I think they said it's something like 8 feet of tubes all told. And then up on the top here eventually we should be getting to one that is a cap, and the cap has holes in it, and the cap is able to help with stopping sparks and everything, if by any chance there are any sparks to get out the top of it, and that kind of thing. So let's see here. Okay, there she is right there. There's the one with the sparks, and then also this one here. You might, let's get that out. Okay, so as you can see, here's the one for the sparks. It's to help to stop the sparks from coming out and setting things on fire. And then of course you might see these little loops here. Well, having it 8 feet in the air on a tent is going to be subjected to wind. So what those are for is there should be somewhere in here, I don't know, I'll have to have a look. I understand there should be some hooks and some guide wires. So Let me have a look here. Well, I was thinking that it came with it, but I don't see anything right now. So I'll have to really look inside the bag. Maybe it's in the bag. Let me have a look. If there's anything. No, I thought it came with it. Some hooks and guide wires. I don't see anything. I'll have to double check. But that's what that's for, is for you to put some hooks on here and run some guide wires down to the ground, stake it in, and so in the wind it doesn't pull down. But that's what that's for. So anyway, let's go ahead and put all this back in here. And so that's that. I'm going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this piece bolted on here and get it set up. And then we'll go ahead and give it its first fire, and we'll see how it all works out. I'm kind of excited to see how this thing works out. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. So yeah, actually a chimney size is 7 feet, according to that, 7 feet. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute. One thing I do want to say is that this ring like this, and this being flat metal, I have my doubts that this could hold back smoke very well. And when we start this up, I'm expecting smoke to probably come out of here. I would have thought that there'd be some type of high temp seal gasket or something in there. Maybe in the future I might look for some high temperature sealer and put that on there, but for now, since we're just starting this up, we'll take a look at it and put it together. Tighten up these nuts on here. They do give you this little wrench and this little Allen key. Yeah, it works, but it's kind of Mickey Mouse. But so you might want to turn around and get yourself a thing. This is what is that? 7mm. So you can tighten it up. Okay, so that's that, and now we're going to go and take it and put it, it recommends you put it on level ground, so let's go and put it on some level ground. Okay, and since this is the first time I'm doing it, I'm going to stick to the rules, I suppose. And for those of you guys that want to see it, like, hey, I want to see that's level, well, there you go. And then over here, there you go. So, got it on some level ground. So let's go ahead and put up the chimney. Okay, so the first one that you'll want to put on is the one with the flue on it. So we'll, and then you gotta put one of these fills down on it as well. So it seems to me I'm gonna have to do this first so I can get that to slide back up. Seems weird. It goes inside of that. It's a little tricky, to be honest with you. Maybe I got to do it that way around. There you go. So there's the one with the flue, and then so you want to. Yep. So we'll tighten that down like they said. Put it on there. Tighten it down like so. We're going to go ahead and put all of the chimney parts on. Because I think that we'd all like to see how that works. It's not a very windy day here where I'm at right now, so we'll put this on there so we can see it all put together. So here we go. Let's do that. Yeah, to be completely honest with you, the directions are a little weak, so I think you're gonna have to be a little bit mechanically inclined, because the instructions are kind of basically like put it together, you know. So, but I mean, as you can see, it's not overly hard to figure out. So we'll put this together. We'll carry on going up. Okay. Going. Let's see here. I got 4 more pieces to go, and then we're going to get a little bit taller than what I am. So what we'll do is we'll hook the other pieces. Hook the other pieces on here in a second. We'll do it to there, and then we'll just put the whole chimney up. I don't know if that bottom one's doing anything really. I might have to take that one off. I don't know. Let's see here. That together. Let's put that together. And go ahead and put. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take the bottom one off. I think that one must just slot in there on its own. We don't need it because we're gonna be short. But hey, it's all of a learning curve, right? As you see me making these mistakes, then you won't make them. So that's a good thing. Go. Seems to me like there should be an extra one, to be honest with you, for the spark arrestor. So, but we'll put that up there, and there you go. There we go. So there she is, put on, built, as you can see, all the way up. This is about 7 feet in the air, and so. Now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and do let's go ahead and look at doing our first burn, shall we? Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at doing our first burn. Here we are. We got that all, and we got glass so we can see it. And we got the grating here. We got the ashtray right there. Fit and finish. I don't know. Maybe a little bit better on that. And the other thing on this door I'm really surprised about is, you notice it's just got this metal, and then it just goes against it. I mean, there's no fireproofing or anything here to stop smoke coming out, and I'm a little surprised because the thing is this is actually what they call a hot tent stove. So this is going to be in a tent where people are going to be, and they're probably going to put one in it, keep it warm overnight. So, well, hey, you know, we haven't started it yet. Maybe it's not going to be as bad as I think it is, you know. So maybe draws enough air through, the smoke goes up that nice big chimney and comes right out the top, and no worries. So let's get some wood and get this thing going, shall we? Okay, so before I get started and we get this worked up, I want to show you specifically why I chose this particular unit and from Vevor, and it has to do with the firebox. Here in America, I understand that wood is cut to a length of 16 inches. That's the standard. Now this one right here I don't know if you can see that, is 16 3/4 pretty much. And this is why I got this one. This is a fairly nice piece of wood, fairly big, is I can put that in there, over to there, and I can shut the door. And the other thing is that because of that and the size of this firebox, this piece here, I mean, you can see it's a fairly good size of pieces of wood. Here it is, it's a little over almost 13 inches long. I can shove that up over here too and shut the lid. And so, there you go, and shut the lid. And so the burn time goes up. There are a lot of these hot tent stoves and mini stoves. And one of the things that I've noticed online with people that have mini stoves of this kind in their camper vans is they complain about how much they have to keep on putting wood in the hot stove, short pieces and everything. So, and the other thing is, like I said before, here we go, I got this opening on the top right here, and then if I do decide to cut some wood up smaller, I got some smaller chunks like this, I can throw that in there. Now I want to remind you that I already have two fairly sizable pieces of wood in there, and I put another one in there. So I would really look around and check the sizes of your firebox. Now a lot of it, because they're coming from overseas, is in millimeters, so make sure you use a conversion so you know what the actual size of the firebox itself is. When I was looking for this, I noticed that they would turn around and give a size, and they would make it sound like that was the size of the firebox. I don't know if they were trying to do that on purpose or whether it was just the way that the descriptions were written. But then when you realized and you started looking at it a little bit more intently and converting the numbers, you find out the firebox was only 12 inches, 10 inches, 14 inches. It wouldn't fit a 16-inch log. So that might be some of a concern of yours. So that's why I chose this particular brand and this particular one, was because of the size of the firebox. So there you go. Okay. Put some newspaper in there to get it started. A couple of sheets. So I'll put that lid back on here for now. Get some kindling here. Put that in there. See how that goes. I think they recommend that you heat this up and run it at temperature for 2 hours. They said there'll be some discoloring of the metal, and which is expected. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and light it. Here we go. Now, just in case if you were wondering what I was using, this is one of these electronic igniters. You just charge it up on a USB port and it gives a high voltage across there and you can light it up. I found it a lot more useful than all of those liquid butane filled ones that you click and they never seem to light. This works really good, and they last a long time. I don't know how long we've had this one. Okay, so there we go. We're getting some fire action right now down in there. You see that? Okay, I need to open up make sure that the damper is open right there. As you can see, it's burning pretty good right now. It's definitely looking quite nice, burning that wood. Going up there. And see, oh, we got some smoke coming out. You can't see much. I don't know, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Let's have a look, see if I can. There you go. That chimney is actually hot all the way up through there. I was putting my hand up here. That is very hot. So definitely something that if you had children around, pets around, yeah, you'd want to keep an eye on that. Yeah, here we go. Got a lot of heat going right here. You can see that it's definitely turning discolored right there. And I can really hear it drawing the flames in this thing. You can see it right there. It's really drawing that flame up. So I'm gonna shut that down. I'm gonna shut the lid. We'll see. Here we go. You know, I'm relatively surprised. I'm not seeing any smoke coming out of the door, out of the thing. But that is definitely, the whole thing is very, very hot. You do not want to be touching that. You got these racks right here. I don't know if that's for wood, maybe for you to put a kettle on, frying pan, or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, once this gets started, since it's one piece of sheet metal, so there's obviously, there's obviously no heat, anything stopping the heat coming through. This is all getting hot, this whole thing. You can see the chimney just coloring all the way up to there. And like I said, up here even, it is hot, very hot. So if you were to, I know that when they put it through the tents, they have a special thing, this fire retardant, heat resistant deal that goes around this to go through a tent. But you know, we're just going to use it outside. We're using it so that we can sit outside and enjoy the temperature. I've got a thought. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get a kettle, and let's go ahead and put a kettle on this thing, see what happens. Okay, so here we go. I got a kettle. I think what we're going to do is we will leave the plate on there. We can actually take the plate off if we want to. Well, actually I may have to, because I got a little, yeah, I'm going to leave it on there. I got one 16.9 ounce bottle of water, and we'll go ahead and see what it takes to warm this up. I'm outside. There's just a slight cool breeze, but I wouldn't say it was cold. And oh look, I just noticed something. Let's have a look here. But as it's burning so well. Look, I'm not even getting any smoke out of it anymore. And let's have a look down here and see. As you can see, it's just burning. So it's really burning quite well. I mean it's burning really well, and it appears like it's burning really clean. I got a little bit of smoke early on, but I mean, look at that, nothing. So, and I'm not getting any smoke at the joints either. So this is really great. This is really, really great. So we'll see how long that takes to boil, shall we? Okay, so campfire friends, what do I think? Well, to be honest with you, sat next to it right now, I'm getting a lot of heat off of it. So for my first purpose, to have something that I could have outside and have a fire in and be able to sit next to in a cool evening, I think this works. I'm feeling a lot of heat off of it, and you know, you can also open this thing here and you get a lot of heat coming out of there. In fact, when I had the kettle on here, I had it first of all on the plate there, then I realized that it was not warming up very fast, so I took that off, put the kettle right on that hole right there, and it warmed up to boiling in about 12 minutes. I say about because there's a couple of seconds here and there. And so if you want a hot cup of chocolate, cup of tea, something like that, put the kettle on while you're going in and getting the cups ready and all this stuff. It's going to be pretty much ready to use. So I think on that side of it, for the price of it, if I remember rightly, this cost me about $100, just a little over $100 on Amazon. But you can directly order it from Vevor, and they got some discount codes or something like that. And for the size of logs, it fit the bill, because I could put bigger logs in it, and then that way it will burn longer, and I'm not having to keep on filling it with wood. So now the other thing I was thinking about is, could I use this in an emergency? A lot of tiny homes, a lot of vans and stuff, they have mini wood stoves in their thing. Now I don't know if they use this kind of a stove or they actually use a miniature wood stove. I do know those miniature wood stoves are quite expensive, probably 5 or 6 times what this is, but they are made to be indoors and all of that kind of thing. But I think in recent events with storms and different things like that and power going out, if you had one of these and you had some stone blocks and something to put behind the back side of this chimney, and then feed it out of a window or something of your motorhome or your trailer, this could be a really handy, backup kind of preparation type of stove to have. I mean, I'd rather bring this inside and stay warm in the wintertime than to, because the power's out, the storm, something unpredictable. So I think for an emergency, this may well work. But you know what? Campfire family, you tell me. Maybe you've had one of these. Maybe you love it. Maybe you hate it. Maybe you have a different kind. You found that, hey, you can move this indoors, outdoors, whatever, and it works great. So let me know. But as always, may the Lord Jesus bless you and keep you in all that you're doing. And remember, life's better around the campfire.